Today we're going to take a look at the Hohem iSteady M7 gimbal. We'll find out what comes in the box, how to use it, what my favorite features are, and if anything needs to be improved. Included in the box is the gimbal and a tripod, and there is a USB-C charging cable, and then another cable that's USB-C to USB-C that's a reverse charging cable that you plug into your phone and then into the gimbal itself. And you get a quick start guide. Then everything stores very conveniently in this zippered carrying case, which is also included. Now let's take a look at some of the main features. It's got a really nice grip, super comfortable. It's got a rubber covering. The bottom has a tripod socket. You can use it for any tripod that you already have or the one that's included, which I'll show you here in a little bit. It has several buttons here that can do different tasks. These two A/B buttons are for time-lapse photography. Then it's got this little roller here that can be used for different things. One of them is to control this fill light, which is attached right here. Let me show you that in a second. There is the power button. There's a USB charging port right here. And then there's another threaded socket that you can use to connect things. Now you also notice it's got a trigger right here, and that is used for AI tracking, and you can use it to center the gimbal when you're using it. Now let's look at the gimbal itself. Now it's really loose, which is a good thing. It has a lock right here so you can lock it in place. So once it's locked, it won't move. And you can unlock it and it will rotate this way. And there's also a mechanism here that you can lock. So this can unlock right there. See that little lock? And then you can slide this in and out depending on how you want it to be balanced. So I'm going to put my phone in here. It's got a nice strong mounting grip. So you can put it just like this, like so. And then I can turn it on using the power button. You can see it's booting up, and then it turns on just like that. Now, if I use this button here, it will turn on that fill light I was telling you about. So now, let's see if I can let you see. There's the fill light, like so. So let me hold this like this, and you can see that I think you can see that I'm changing the temperature of that light. I hope you can see that. It's gotten warmer. It's kind of more yellow. There it is, more cold. So let's turn that off like that. Now, this part right here is like a joystick. So when I move it back and forth, you can see that it's moving the gimbal. See that? And I can move it back this way, like so. So look, that's pretty cool. And then if I move it side to side, it will rotate the gimbal like that. So you can see that you could do, this is pretty nice, and it will keep that angle as you move around. So that's the whole point of a gimbal, is that it can keep that steady as you're moving. Now, I told you that there was this trigger back here. If I click that, it should center the gimbal. So like if I'm standing here like this and I move it off to the side and I want to quickly center it, I double click that trigger and boom, it goes back to center. Okay, now I'm going to show you how it can do different features like the AI tracking. Okay, I have the gimbal turned on. As you can see, hopefully you can see me waving in the screen. I've got my iPhone in the gimbal, and I was going to show you how it works. Now, it can do AI. This little module here is a fill light and it's the AI tracker. So to turn it on the AI, there's a switch on the side that I just turned on. So now AI is activated. You just saw it blink. Now to get it to follow me, I have to give it a hand gesture. And the hand gesture is the OK gesture, like this. Okay, so it sees me, and now I'm going to move around the room, and you can see that it is following me around the room. Even if I bend down, it's following me. So you can see that's pretty cool. And when I'm done, I give it this signal, and it stops it. And now you can see it's no longer following me around. So this signal makes it start tracking me. And then this signal makes it stop tracking me. Okay, so then another really cool feature is this little removable remote control. Now you can see that it even has its own little joystick right here. So I can use this joystick to move the gimbal around. You can see it's moving because I am using the joystick to move it around. So that's kind of cool too. Now, in addition to being able to use it on the tripod like this, the built-in tripod, I can remove this like so, and then you can see that it keeps the camera steady. And I can always do a double click of this trigger to center everything. Now I just centered it. So I mean, if I had it all wonky like that, if I do a center, it will center it. And it will also allow me to extend it. Look at this. It extends. That as far as it extends? Yeah, it extends out that far. So that is nice too. You can even put it on this tripod. And it will extend out that far. Now let me give it the signal again. And now it's following me again, as you can see. And if I give it my hands gesture like this, it stops it. Whoop. There, it stops it. So yeah, I think the Hohem gimbal is pretty nice. It has quite a few features, even more that I've covered here. And again, it also has, let me fix this right here. Let me show you, whoops. This, like I said, is an AI tracker, but it's also a fill light. So if I double click that, whoops, I'm sorry. If I hold it in, it turns on the light, and then you can change the temperature of the light. So it's pretty cool. I really like it.